Oh. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got a kind of heavy video going on. I hope you'll enjoy it. So I've been single for about a really long time. And that's right, you guessed it, because I'm incredibly flawed as a human being. To the extent where it surprises me that at one point in my life I was actually able to maintain relationships. Here's to you, past me. And I'm pretty sure I've figured out a few of the reasons why. I'm going to talk about one which I realised recently, which I think is pretty interesting and might make for a good video and may also help some people watching out. I'm only going to talk about one reason why I'm single, because that sounds so sad. No, because I have a plethora of faults and I want to tackle them one by one. Today's problem is, I love to help. To the point where it was kind of like an addiction. I'll give you some backstory. All of the relationships I've been in so far, the people I was with, I hope they don't mind me saying, they had some issues when we were going out. And obviously because I cared about them and all that jazz, I wanted to help. And I felt like I needed to help to prove that I'm a good boyfriend. I used to be obsessed with wanting to make people happy. Not in like a pathetic way. In a cool guy way, you know? in a way it was just like, I'd do whatever I can to make people happy. Whether it was talking to them, distracting them, committing to them, or making sweet, sweet love. I'm joking, we don't talk about my sex life on this channel. Pretty sure I come across as a sexless being anyway, so. Anyway, I used to get such a buzz when I was able to make someone smile in a time when they were going through a lot of stuff. Obviously, because it's a nice thing to do, it gives you that dopamine rush and you're like, hell yeah, I'm a good person. Fuck you, facts about me, proving that I'm a bad person. I made them smile. What is that voice, man? Apparently that's the inner me. The evil inner me. Evil, not even that, just the factual inner me. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I used to get such a buzz when I used to make people smile or make them happy or make them laugh. I still do. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good. And obviously the harder the problem is, if I help or fix it, the greater the buzz that I get from it. Makes it sound a bit weird. Makes it sound like I'm only helping people so I can get high on life. But no, everyone likes helping people anyway, so I'm not special. But for me, it kind of became a problem. And looking back at my past relationships, it's a major factor in why I was with them, I think. Needless to say, my relationships have never really worked out that well. But obviously the downside to this kind of way of life is when I couldn't help someone be happy, that affected me. I internalized that shit. It would get me blaming my own downfalls as a human as the reason why they're not happy. And even if it was completely irrelevant to me, I'd still feel like I was an awful person and I wasn't good enough for them. It's completely untrue. It was just because, say someone's sad because they dropped a croissant on the floor. Don't know why, that's the first thing that came to my head. Because of the vine, that'll be it, the vine. So if someone drops their croissant and they're sad, I guess you could make them happy by getting them a new croissant, but still not their croissant, so they're still going to be a bit bummed out that it happened and they wasted a whole croissant. I don't know if my point's coming across that well, but I hope you get what I mean. Like, it's not my fault that they dropped their croissant. I did all I could to help. Maybe they're still not happy. Maybe they didn't want the croissant to begin with. Maybe they accidentally bought a croissant because they're socially awkward and they wanted a muffin, the natural polar opposite to a croissant. They wanted a muffin, they bought a croissant. And you're like, oh, well, I could just buy you a muffin. And they're like, no, it's fine, I've made my mistake. And then you can tell they're sad and they want the muffin, but you can't fix everyone's problems. Don't try. So anyway, my point I think was that I internalized that feeling of not being able to help people, really getting mad insecure about like me as a person, and I'd always be in my head about like, ooh, what can I do better? What am I doing wrong? Like I'd mask it as self-improvement and self-development, but I was actually just beating the shit out of my self-esteem. It becomes a whole downward spiral. And obviously, everyone has problems. I mean, look who's talking. Problems McGee. Got problems up to here. I'm balls deep in problems. Not trying to brag or anything. Again, ladies, single for 2 years, hit me up. But I've got problems. Everyone's got problems. There's no avoiding that. But for me, it got to this point where I wanted to be this big mother hen, where I obsessed over taking care of people, making sure they're all alright and happy and getting along with each other. Especially in relationships, I'd always want my partner to be always happy. And I know that puts some pressure on them as well. And that's a whole other ordeal that I won't get into. It gets to the point where it started to affect my happiness, my life, and ultimately, my happiness is the only thing that matters. Not to everyone, to me. You're the most important person in your life. You have to live in your body, you have to live in your mind. Everything that is you, you have to take care of. Otherwise, it'll be a shitty existence for you. Luckily, I've been single for so long now because I'm no longer attracted to that kind of situation after years of emotional turmoil. Yay. There's a lot of other things going into it as well. I'll probably cover them in future videos. It took me way too long to accept that people can and will have their issues, and some of which I won't be able to help with. People can be unhappy. As sentient beings, we have access to a plethora of different emotions, and trying to restrict that to only one emotion isn't good, especially as most personal growth comes from times of adversity, in my honest opinion. So in my mind, being sad is pretty much paramount to growth. That's the lie I tell myself. But I urge you to think back over some of your past relationships and pick out patterns for why they might not have worked, so you can avoid this or work on that in future. Maybe when you do meet someone that is actually properly right for you, you don't want to fuck it up, so you might as well try and improve and gain more knowledge about your life. Maybe your issue isn't wanting to help. Maybe it's wanting the perfect person, and obviously they'll never come because perfect people do not exist. I know you're looking at me and you're like, hold on, this guy seems pretty spot on. I don't think there's any flaws with him. He says in a video about his own flaws. Maybe you're a control freak and it alienates every single person you're with. Maybe you're scared of commitment. Maybe in relationships you get lazy, or your partners always get lazy, and then you both just kind of drift off into the dark abyss of nothingness. But I don't know you. You tell me. Leave a very personal comment in the public comment section below, telling me what you struggle with most in relationships, or potentially what you'd like me to talk about from my personal experience with relationships, because I've been through some stuff and I feel like I should use that experience to help. Or maybe even just to make dumbass videos for people to watch and feel better about their own lives. If you thought this video was useful, or you enjoyed it, let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. I'm going to have loads of videos coming out about similar topics, because I feel like I get all up in my head a lot of the time about things that are wrong with me and just things in general. So I'm going to make a lot more videos about this kind of topic. If you enjoy this kind of content, please do let me know, because I get very worried that people don't actually give a shit and I'm actually not giving anything of value. If you like this kind of video, leave a comment and I will get on it like a croissant. A croissant. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and goodbye.